because probably only once in your lifetime as a product person you get the opportunity to create in a white piece of paper approach an uncompromised ultimate class-leading vehicle with that much resources behind.
New Range Rover was created by Wolfgang Reitzler. He's changed businesses, the ownership of Land Rover has changed, and it's all come together. So Wolfgang, who's the father of the project, can actually see his creation come to fruition.
The vision for the new Range Rover definitely was to build the ultimate SUV, luxury, high-end product, unbeatable, and simultaneously built on the tradition of the old Range Rover.
New Range Rover is going to change the market. It's going to change the way people look at off-road cars, because now you can have a vehicle which is great off-road and it involves no compromise whatever on-road.
New Range Rover. 3 words that capture the challenge for Land Rover, the team responsibility, and define what success looks like. A new Range Rover. Authentic, instantly recognizable, the pinnacle of prowess. It means understanding what makes a Range Rover a Range Rover. It means redefining the targets of capability and performance. It means recreating an icon of design.
So where do you start when you're designing the most advanced 4x4 in the world? We start with the Land Rover design cues. Design cues based on the functionality of Land Rover vehicles.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to maximize our innovation, maximize our features, and maximize our selection so that there's a large wow factor for the customer.
This is a sketch that really influenced the final design for the exterior of the car. You can see the influence of classic, the floating roof. Our next step was to develop a scale model that had all the character of the original sketch. For example, the stand-away front bumper from classic Range Rover, the flowing lines, the way they come back through the car, and the way the car terminates at the end. This scale model began our engineering search on the project, and from that engineering, we did a full-size model. And this is where the design journey took us. Those Range Rover design cues are there. The castellations, the new round headlamps, the placement of the Land Rover cornering lamps, the new section to the grille bars. But we have added one detail on the body side, which makes it identifiable 50 meters down the road that it's the new Range Rover. It's much softer than the current vehicle, but it still retains those strong horizontal lines that make it a Range Rover. I think the taillights are fantastic. They have a special metallic finish on them, and that finish is also carried through in a very innovative, modern way into the interior. When we started the interior of this car, a lot of the key things came from sailing. Look at the yacht. You get all of those very functional items, very, very beautiful pieces of sculpture, yet functional. There was a lot of influence from things like British architecture. That British architectural influence works very well with our design cues of strong horizontals and the vertical accents.
Range Rover, as you know, is the flagship of Land Rover. And it's very important to maintain that brand DNA and that level of importance.
The real engineering targets are to solve the traditional trade-offs between on-road and off-road in a new way. That the car is in principle so sensitive that it is like the extension of the nervous system of the driver.
The key is the body of new Range Rover, a a steel monocoque body frame of exceptional stiffness. With its integral steel chassis and 3 steel subframes, it's the backbone that delivers composure. Impeccable manners on-road, guts and durability off-road.
High torsional stiffness is all about refinement. It's about isolating the customer and the occupants from what's going on beneath them in the floor, in the chassis.
The extreme rigidity reduces body flex, minimizing noise and vibration, and it enables precision in ride and handling and in the quality of fit and finish.
We've extended the boundaries of capability on-road and capabilities off-road.
Engineering innovation focuses on intelligent vehicle systems that deliver the best of both these worlds.
Electronic air suspension has been a feature of Range Rover for the last 2 generations. It's a very useful system. It allows the vehicle to be optimised for various road conditions.
The real breakthrough in capability and refinement is the linking of the air springs across the vehicle.
The cross-linking allowed the suspension to work across car by basically just allowing rapid transition of air from one side to the other. It takes us above the normal level of articulation which the vehicle has, and it gives the customer an even better, smoother ride.
The car has to communicate to you even in very extreme situations, climbing up a hill, going steeply down, being in an articulation mode which is very scary, that the car always has to communicate confidence to the driver and to the passengers.
The new Range Rover has the lowest crawl speed in the industry. It provides steptronic manual selection of gears in low range as well as high. Land Rover's patented hill descent control operates in both low and high range, in forward and reverse. It knows when the vehicle is off-road as well as on.
In extreme off-road conditions, you are extremely confident the vehicle will help you get down any descent you wish to travel.
Intelligent systems make the most of new Range Rover's inherent capability. The advanced torque sensing differential works with the 4-wheel electronic traction control as part of an integrated torque management system.
We've interlinked the height adjustment of the suspension system, the stability control system, traction control system. They all share signals, they all work in a way that optimises the driver comfort and ease of control of the vehicle. The vehicle takes a lot of the difficult decisions away from the driver, allowing him to concentrate on control of the vehicle, on the surroundings, and it does it with ease. The key targets for Range Rover are all really stretchy because, as well as being the supreme off-road vehicle, and that's a position we just have to maintain and develop, we've really tried to make Range Rover a very civilised beast on-road.
A choice of 2 advanced engines power new Range Rover. A 4.4-litre V8 featuring 4 valves per cylinder and variable camshaft control to deliver low-end pull as well as high-end power. The new 3-litre TD6 diesel engine is an inline 6-cylinder 24-valve unit featuring common rail direct injection and variable nozzle turbocharging.
The Land Rover is not about ultimate power, it is about flexibility and about easy performance. And we've gone all out to get a very broad spread of torque. But even more impressive is the fact that it's delivered all the way from 1750 RPM to 3000 RPM.
With a vehicle capable of speeds over 200 kilometers an hour, stopping swiftly and securely takes formidable energy absorption.
We've got very large brakes in the vehicle that are capable in any driving environment you can put the car into. We also have, for the first time on a Land Rover, emergency brake assist. In extreme circumstances where the unexpected situation happens, the control of the braking is aided by the braking system by making sure that maximum braking is available to the driver.
And we use the fact that the vehicle has a steering angle sensor to enable us to have a different mode of operation of anti-lock braking off-road, which gives a very good stopping performance on a variety of surfaces.
Land Rover's integration of intelligent systems opened a whole new window on capability. Dynamic stability control utilizes the 4-channel ABS, 4-wheel traction control, corner braking control, and automatic brake control to ensure that even in the most difficult driving conditions, vehicle stability is not compromised.
Dynamic stability control is a very important driver safety feature. It enlarges the envelope of safe driving performance. Can't change the laws of physics, but allows the driver to remain in control of the vehicle and drive safely away.
Driveline is the heart of a Land Rover. We have a state-of-the-art 5-speed automatic transmissions, fully electronically controlled. So you've got a mapped normal mode, you've got a mapped sport mode, which is subtly different. And then on top of that, you've got ultimate control of saying, I will drive in electronic and I will decide what gear I want in which conditions. Behind that, we have a transfer box, which is dual range with a very wide spread between low and high. Included in that transfer box is a torque sensing differential, which actually ensures that we do not get wheel slip.
A key benefit of the new transmission is the ability to shift on the move, changing between high and low ratio gears while the vehicle is in motion.
With the advent of fully electronic throttles, we've been able to give dual throttle maps. So in high range and on road, you get a map that's actually snappy, gives you good throttle response, and off-road, you get a very different throttle map, which gives you lots of travel, so that ultimate controllability.
When I had the responsibility for the project, the very first thing I focused on was the command seating position, which is a very big advantage of today's Range Rover and which already had been a strong point of the original Range Rover, which I always loved.
You need excellent vision angles all around the vehicle, so the posts, the structure that hold the roof together, need to be minimized while optimized for strength. You need to have a very high driving position. You need to be upright, like you would be in a captain's chair. If you can imagine a captain on his bridge being able to have a complete view of the horizon.
The command driving position is Land Rover's shorthand for all the factors that contribute to the confidence and well-being of the driver and passengers. This includes the ease of control and the simplicity of the driver interface. The widescreen monitor on the dashboard provides manual and voice recognition access to the sophisticated on-board communication and navigation systems. From in-car television and hi-fi sound to satellite navigation off-road as well as on.
Range Rover has been an expensive program, certainly the most expensive piece of investment in our entire history.
£150 million on manufacturing facilities, of which approximately 90 million has been invested in body and white. Our body and white facility will be equal to anything that is available from a high-tech standpoint anywhere in the world.
When you visit the Range Rover assembly line, it looks like the assembly line of a Mercedes S-Class or a Lexus.
Through the Land Rover production system, we've created an environment where our associates, our people, are involved in decision making.
It's a fundamental basis for standardised work, in that we want the guys to build the car in a repeatable manner, time after time. The best way to get that is for them to define how they do that. What we've used is a system called RobCAD that allows us to design many of the handlers and the fit into the car, so that we know that the design is right even before we're building vehicles. We put many of the large and bulky components in with handlers, which aids the fit and eases the job for the associates. They can concentrate on the quality of the fit.
We take a view that the vehicle must be built right in station. We do a full functional validation. We do a full mechanical validation. We valet the car. We prepare the car for delivery to the customer.
There will be no compromise made in quality, in craftsmanship, in all the very last details.
We really use best practice in trying to ensure that the quality, both from the people training, the supplier, the components, the design, the development, is as good as it can be.
You don't actually have to worry too much about flash floods. You don't actually have to worry about bad weather. You can go anywhere with this vehicle, and that gives you an extreme sense of privilege and ability. Not everybody uses it, but they know they could if they wanted to, and that's what makes a difference.
We're testing to make sure we meet the extreme, whether that is gradient testing, whether it is wading, whether it is rough road driving, whether it is sand or rocks. It's the whole capability range of the vehicle that we look at, and we take it to what it can do and often beyond as well.
When you consider that the gross vehicle weight is 3,050 kilograms, and we're towing over that, so we're doubling the weight of the combination by putting a trailer on. Every system on that vehicle has to cope with that extra load. We've engineered it for a gross train weight of over 6.5 tons.
The positiveness of the steering and the way the independent suspension interacts with the steering makes the vehicle very controllable. We introduce a steering angle of 90 degrees and then let go of the steering wheel. Our criteria of acceptance is determined by the speed at which the vehicle will control itself without us having to put hands onto the steering wheel to gain control. One thing I can be sure of is that you don't want to look in the rear view mirror when this is happening.
But the toughest test of all for the new Range Rover is satisfying customers worldwide.
Their expectations are to have outstanding quality, outstanding luxury, and outstanding versatility, and that's exactly what the Range Rover will offer.
These customers are very interested in choice. We realize that the more and more we talk to the customers, that if we can maximize the choice that we give them, it will benefit them.
Made for me means that the customer can come into the showroom and quite literally tailor a car to their own personal desires.
The cabin is a masterpiece of design flexibility. Materials and finishes can be combined to create a remarkable choice of different looks and moods. Cool and contemporary, high-tech performance, or rich, calm and traditional, an interior which is quintessentially Range Rover.
When you look at the wood in this car, you will know it is real wood, and it is high-quality wood.
The new Range Rover will appeal to the highest demanding customers in the world, both in the SUV and in the luxury sedan segment, because the car combines both capabilities.
The positioning of the vehicle in itself will be above it all, and that's a key message that we'll want to establish when we first launch it at the Detroit Motor Show, and through all of the articles that we have with the press as well. We want them to perceive that this sets a new benchmark in terms of vehicle quality. And that above it all is something that will be both for the customer and the vehicle.
The on-road safety, the on-road comfort, the on-road performance is supreme. The off-road safety, the off-road performance, and the off-road comfort is also supreme. And it's the combination of these two particular aspects of the vehicle, which no other vehicle in the world has, will make it absolutely a world beater in my mind.
No company in the world knows more about four-wheel drive. In new Range Rover, 50 years of Land Rover experience and 30 years of Range Rover innovation are fused. The elegance of new Range Rover's lines gives stunning presence to one of the world's most intelligent cars. Able to pinpoint its position off-road through GPS technology, able to sense the terrain it's driving across, and seamlessly blend its traction systems for dynamic prowess. Authentic, effortless, the very definition of tough luxury for customers worldwide.
Range Rover is going to be a global car. We think its strengths will be appreciated worldwide, everywhere where people buy luxury vehicles and everywhere there's a need to go off-road and have that capability and gain that confidence in the vehicle's performance.
I truly believe that this car will be a winner. This car will attract a lot of customers who probably never before thought about buying a Land Rover. So this is a unique opportunity for us and we will use it.